Airborne wind energy is the combination of conventional wind energy, as represented by wind turbines, and aviation. And in this instance, it's tethered aviation, aka kite. You have this amazing amount of volume of airspace.
There is a whole lot more wind where a kite can fly if the technology can capture it and bring it back to ground economically.
We're generating power.
The physics are way on their side, but the financial world is not always connected to the physics.
This turbine cost about $20 to build. The propellers are made from yardsticks from Home Depot. Airborne wind energy is not that complicated.
There's a lot of good renewable solutions. So wind power is fantastic for Texas. It's fantastic in some areas of the Northwest. They call the central part of the U.S. the Saudi Arabia of wind. There's so much.
This is the largest windmill museum in the world that covers the entire history of wind power in America. There's still a lot of different things that could happen. Somebody may come up with something entirely different.
Traction kiting has taken off as a recreational sport due to the tremendous power the sailor achieves by sweeping the kite across the wind. The same technique can be applied to larger ships. The kite is automatically flown in a figure-8 pattern to pull the ship through the water. Founded in 2001, SkySails developed a complete kite system to serve as auxiliary power for cargo ships at sea. In ideal conditions, ships can cut fuel consumption in half while reducing the use of fossil fuels. And now, SkySails is using the same architecture to generate electricity. Instead of pulling a ship, the kite is unwinding rope from a giant spool. This causes the spool to spin rapidly. The rotating spool turns a generator to make electricity. When the kite reaches the end of its tether, it is wound back in using a fraction of the power just generated. SkySails envisions a floating kite farm anchored offshore made up of many individual units. Other companies like Enerkite and Windlift are developing truck and trailer-based units for reaching remote communities in far-flung locations. This reel-in, reel-out method is one of the many ways airborne wind energy is being generated today.
Mothra is 3,000 square feet, about 50 tarps. We were building a new kind of kite.
We're simulating like a 40th scale kite farm, theoretical, that would be 2,000 feet high and power a city.
For the past year or so, I've been working on and developing a kite-powered generator.
This ancient technique can be extended all around the globe, where it can be great benefit to people on a very low budget. As you see, this was made with not much cash at all.
What we envision is a turbine like this snaking its way for several miles across the sky, pulling down megawatts of power for all the homes in the area.
In order to understand how to do airborne wind energy, we are looking at classical kiting.
Well, I think that kites are art, science, and recreation. There were a lot of historical moments that were created through an advancement of technology that the kite brought about.
Kites have been very useful implements in the wind industry.
The philosophy has got to be, we got to go in whatever direction works best. We're tapping into a vast resource, but we want more. And there is more there. There's more to be had.